Open source libraries are everywhere. Even seemingly innocuous libraries can pose a significant threat. A recent example is the libcue library vulnerability affecting GNOME Linux systems. This flaw allows for remote code execution, RCE, and is tracked as CVE 2023-43641 with a CVSS score of 8.8. The GitHub Security Lab, in coordination with Ilya Lipnitsky, the maintainer of libcue, and the distro's mailing list, has disclosed this vulnerability. The RCE can deliver a one-click trick to trigger the download of malicious content. But the reason why the security researcher decided to audit libcue for security vulnerabilities is that it's used by tracker miners, an application that's included with GNOME widely distributed version across a lot of Linux distribution. The index is automatically updated and you add or modify a file in certain subdirectories of your home directory, in particular including /downloads. To make a long story short, that means that inadvertently clicking a malicious link is all it takes for an attacker to exploit CVE 2023-43641 and get code execution on your computer. A text-only version of the disclosure was also sent to the OSS security list. libcue is a library designed for parsing cue sheets, which are metadata formats for describing CD tracks. It is a dependency for some audio players like Audacious and is incorporated into Tracker Miners, a search engine tool in GNOME. The vulnerability arises from an out-of-bounds array accessed in the track_set_index function. An attacker can exploit this by tricking a user into clicking a malicious link and downloading a .q file. The file is then automatically scanned by Tracker Miners, which uses libcue to parse it, leading to code execution. The vulnerability is in the handling of the index syntax in cue sheets. The bug is due to the use of atwa for scanning integers, which doesn't check for integer overflow, and a lack of boundary checks in track_set_index. A patch has been proposed to fix this issue. Vulnerable version/distribution. Ubuntu versions. Ubuntu 23.04, libcue 2.2.1-4 Ubuntu 0.1. Ubuntu 22.04, libcue 2.2.1-3 Ubuntu 0.1. Ubuntu 20.04, libcue 2.2.1-2 Ubuntu 0.1. The full list is available in the comment. Libcue latest versions: 2.2.1, 2.1.0, 1.4.0. Libcue architectures: Arch 64, AMD 64, i686, x86_64. Libcue Linux packages: APK, EOC, package, RPM, TGZ, TXC, XBPS, XC, ZST. In the meantime, you can monitor in Phoenix Security Library, vulnerability and software products whether other applications, software, products, or machines use this library. The vulnerability does not have an EPSS value nor an exploit at the moment, but due to RCE and easy to deploy it is reasonable to keep an eye on it. Tracker Miners is not directly vulnerable but magnifies the impact of this bug. It consists of two processes, Tracker Miner FS and Tracker Extract. The vulnerability only affects Tracker Extract, which is where libcue is used. Both processes run as the current user, so chaining this vulnerability with a separate privilege escalation bug would be necessary for admin access. The exploit had to bypass ASLR and a SecOmp sandbox in Tracker Extract. The sandbox has since been strengthened to prevent this exploitation path in the future. The full proof of concept, POC, is being delayed to give users time to install updates. However, the vulnerability has been tested on Ubuntu 23.04 and Fedora 38, and it's believed that all GNOME running distributions are potentially exploitable. As the saying goes, the devil is in the details, and this vulnerability proves just that. What seemed like a small library issue turned into a one-click RCE due to its integration with Tracker Miners. So, if you're using GNOME, don't wait for a queue to update. Do it now, or you might find yourself calculating the risks later, literally, with a popped-up calculator.
Phoenix. Fix vulnerabilities today before attackers exploit them tomorrow.